Zoho People has rolled out an LMS effective July the 1st to their paid users. This ultimately replaces their training feature that they used to have in the software. Last year, I uploaded an overall review of Zoho People, and you guys have really loved that video. So this time, I'm going to provide an overview of the LMS and what you should expect out of this new feature. Hi there, my name is Yannicka, and I'm here to help you navigate the HR space. So let's dive into the video. Okay, so here we are inside of Zoho People, and as you can see, we have all of the other features and tabs that used to be here, but now we see that we have an LMS. So this can easily be accessed from the regular menus that they used to have. So everything is pretty much still intact. So let's click here. And you see where I already have a few of the classes, and we're going to go through each of these, and I'll show you how to get these all configured and what to expect when you are in the system here. So under my courses, it's going to list everything that you are currently enrolled in or any courses that have been assigned to you. In the course catalog, these are the ones that are published. So this is kind of like from the admin tab. This is everything that has been published and everything that is available to be enrolled into. So see, you can see a difference in between the ones that I'm working on right here and the overall course catalog. So let's go into the one that I haven't published yet. So this one is a training for customer service, and you can see that there's an overview. So we can add an overview of what this course is going to do. So let's go. Hello. In this course, you will learn some key customer service skills for internal communication purposes. Right. Then here under the modules, you can see that I've set up a customer service basics. And when you have the modules here, you can easily add a module. And let's say we're going to name this, let's see. I'm going to say this lasts for about 60 minutes. You could choose to lock or unlock. So you could kind of make these to where one is codependent on the other. So perhaps an employee can't move from, they can't skip the modules basically, but we're going to leave this unlocked just for the sake of the video. This is a test module for testing purposes. Right, so immediately you'll be able to see where this is. You can drag this up, you can drag it, you can drag these modules around, you can determine where you want these to go. You can also add files, add links, add sessions. So for example, I have sessions set up over here. In a session, let me show you what it's like to actually add a section. A session. So session for internal teams. And this is something that you can choose to have these sessions rolled out in the classroom setting or e-learning setting, which is the way a lot of companies are doing it right now. You can assign a trainer. That would be me. We will go over the course. Minus the typo. All right. And you can set a date and time as far as when this is going to occur. So we want this to happen at 10 a.m. in the morning. And it's not going to last all day. So we'll do it like 11 o'clock. click save. And then you can see your session shows up right here. You can also upload files. You can add any files or add assignments to it as you so choose. So once your sessions are set up, you can see all of the sessions over here. And if you choose to do the e-learning, you can start your webinar if you have it connected to Zoho or anything like that. Yeah, so this is very user-friendly. It's not really complex. Any files that you have uploaded to a course or to a session, those will be here in this section. Any members, if you need to have particular members assigned, you can easily assign, let's assign Brian, and let's assign Letty. And you can see that they're here. Any notes that you want to add? Let's say this course is going to be awesome. So enjoy. Ask questions if you have any. And it's automatically saved. You don't have to keep clicking save. If you want to change the color, you can change the color of your notes right there. And your notes are going to be right here. And they will also be over here. And we'll go through these tabs in a moment as well. So discussion, any discussions that you want to have in exchange with your students, if you're the instructor, or if the students have any questions, they can ask that here. And if there's any feedback, then that would be provided here as well. Let's add a course. Let's go through the process of adding a course, because you see I have a few published already. So you will have the option of doing self-paced learning, blended learning, and e-material. So just note that in the self-paced learning and with the blended learning, you will not have the option to add the sessions. And the reason being that they didn't have this is that the self-paced and blended are both, or which the employee is going to be completing the training in their own time. So for the sake of this video, I'm just going to do a self-paced learning. Test self-paced course. And then you can see what it's like to set this up. All right, again, we have the learning outcomes in which you can have established here. You will learn how to focus during self-paced. Right. You can set up the modules. So we just do module 1. Say that each of these modules are about 30 minutes. We'll leave it unlocked. We'll set up 2. How about that? Make this 30 minutes as well. Then there are your modules. And again, you can add files or you can add links to that. You can add members. Let's do these 2 again. And let's see, let's go back to files actually, because, okay, there's something that I wanted to show you that happens when you don't upload a file. So we're going to get into that in just a second. Here is a sample note. Right, so we've kind of already gone through all of these, and let's preview this. Preview the course, and we're ready to publish. All right, so course, publish notification, send a notification email to all applicable members for this course. You click yes. And you'll notice that if you upload a course without a file, you're going to get that error. So you have to add a file. Let's go to Add file. So you have the option of uploading from your desktop or from other locations. So for example, if you have others, if you have any clouds, so you can use Zoho Docs, Google Drive, Dropbox, Evernote, but I don't have anything connected at this time. So let's click to upload. File for course. You can mark it as mandatory or introductory file, whatever you like, and click save. Oops. Don't forget to name it. Self-paced. And 30 minutes. All right. So this is an example of some of the issues that I have been having with this while I have been sampling this. So it is still a little glitchy. I know that this was in beta stage for a while, but I think that there are still some kinks that need to be worked out. So let's try this again. Maybe that's something their software testers can fix. Paste. And click save. All right, there we go. So over here in the file section, you can see that's where the files are. You can see the members that we added. So let's try and publish this. So it has you preview first, which is interesting because earlier it allowed me to publish directly, but now it's prompting me to preview first. Okay. Well, course has been published successfully. Now we can go back to the courses and we can see that it's here. All right, so let's get into the calendar. The calendar is something that you won't be able to go into the calendar and add things to it. It's actually the calendar that exists for the course that has dates associated with it. So just remember that those courses that are not self-paced are the ones that will allow you to add items to this calendar. All right, so in the notes section, you'll see all of the notes that I have added to the LMS overall. So everything, all of the notes are from each of the courses are included here in this section. Any discussions that have existed with throughout the LMS will be listed here. And any feedback that has been rendered will be given here. Right? And so basically you can set up who is allowed to give feedback, and we'll get to that section that's down here in the account settings. And you get to see your trainers here. Resources for your content management. This is where your files will be. So all of your workbooks, any files that you have uploaded will be here. Trainers are listed here again. Any rooms. So say like if you are in the office or you are on the job site and you need to call people in to do a particular type of training, then you can set up the rooms here. It could be with any location. Basically, let's go through adding a room. Let's say training for customer service. Capacity, we want to have 100 people, right? If we need 100 people, let's set it for Sacramento and want to make sure that the room has Wi-Fi and it has chairs, of course, and it has a projector. How about that? Click save. And there you go. All right. My team, you could see everyone who's on my team, who's associated with me somewhere else within the system. You can see that information here. Any course reports, you want to know who is assigned to self-paced learning or any other types of training. That is going to be listed here. Your trainers, any ratings, your locations, and your learners. So it's all here. If I had more information in here, you would see more of a demonstration. But any pending request would be listed here and your account settings. So let's take a moment to go into the account settings. You have the choice of allowing certain types of learning. So remember, I discussed earlier about the blended learning, the self-paced learning, and the e-material. Let's say you don't want any of your employees to do the self-paced learning. You could just uncheck the box. You can uncheck any of these. If you don't want a shareable URL, if you do not want to receive any notifications, you can edit it here. For your blended learning, you can adjust anything associated with that. Who can create the course? Would it be the trainer? Would it be the admin? Who can enroll in the course? Managers, learners, course admin. Who can unenroll? Right? So who can just unenroll themselves, basically. But probably a lot of companies would have this unchecked because they don't want the employees unenrolling themselves for no reason, especially if this is time sensitive and you have certain requirements that are regulated by the state or federal government. You want to make sure that your employees definitely get this training done. So for your completion, grading, any of that stuff, all of that can be managed here. Self-paced learning is the same. Who can enroll themselves? Who can unenroll themselves? For completion, how do you mark it for completion? How is all of that going to be controlled throughout your organization? Now, notifications is another thing. So, as an admin, you would want to know when a learner enrolled, when a course is enabled. If you prefer not to know about this information or not to be notified, you can just click disable. And then it's done automatically. You don't have to scroll down to the bottom to click save. This is something that is done pretty quickly. So there's other things, module notifications, session attendance. You want to make sure that the employees are actually showing up to the training, whether or not there was a link added or a discussion added. So these are things that you would have to look around and see if this is something that is ideal for you and your organization. Any feedback? Who are you going to allow to uh, offer the feedback? Because remember, the feedback is over here in this tab. So do you want the learner only to provide feedback? Do you want the managers to provide feedback? And honestly, I would leave it at both because you want the managers to know that their employees completed it. Or if the managers want to reach out to you and say, hey, I would like for A to Z to be discussed in this course, could you please add it to the course? So it really leaves a lot of flexibility for the organization to make sure that all the bases are covered when it comes to managing the learning throughout their organization. So feedback and any discussions, all of that is set up here. And your category, you can create your own category. But right here we have customer service, safety, workshops, marketing. We have HR covered over here, sales, any of that stuff. You can create your own categories. Let's do a sample category. And that's how easy it is to add a category. So you can choose any of these. You can click to add them as a favorite, or you can choose to share the course with whomever you choose. And you can update the settings for the course. So let's go through the settings. You can change the name of the course. You cannot change the type of course. Once it has been published, you cannot change it. So keep that in mind as you are creating these courses. You can change the category if you choose, and the duration, how long the course is going to be available, or how long the employees have to actually complete the course once they start. Any course codes that you want to create, you can do those here. And let's see, brief description here. Course admin, you can update that here if you'd like, and the shareable link. Click save. Any learning objectives, any prerequisites that you want to roll out for this course, you can establish them here. Any levels, who the course is applicable to, you can add if it's by the department. If this is sales, then you want sales to complete this training. And you can add any additional criteria based on that, right? Click save. And then those trainings will only be visible to those particular people. Branding. So when it comes to branding, you can have the option to add your own, as I did. Here's the criteria for the type of images that you should be using. They should be 250 by 100 pixels. And you can use one of the system images, which is perfectly fine. But, you can always personalize it a little bit. You have the option of uploading from your computer or from any of the cloud files. And your permissions, you can add your permissions here. Actually, that's it for this review. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you're currently using this feature within Zoho, leave your comments below. That's it for me in this video. If you like what you've heard, click subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.